but it can be created. And you can use procedural parts to get better shapes that look a little bit closer to it. And as I showed right at the start of this stream, where I went through all the config files, I also showed that you can create your own textures. You know, I wonder. Okay. That would be a lighting glitch. Ah! Finding lots of bugs today. Yay! The problem is when you separate. What happens when you separate? Let me guess, you're getting a collision. No, stop pitching up. I think I just made a high altitude glider. Right, what you've got to understand is when you you have to design the rocket as one part and then trim it and adjust it. The problem is when you separate, the plane becomes unguided, so it may well do weird and stupid things, especially when you're within physics distance. What I suggest you do is angle the rocket down slightly where it attaches to the plane so that it separates and shoots downwards, and then pull back, activate the rockets and shoot upwards. Greetings, welcome back, Kader. So, it looks like these wings are quite impressive. Oh, thrust's coming back. You know, this gives me a very interesting idea. But strangely enough, I don't think KSP will simulate it properly. Which is kind of annoying. Oh, and then I realise I'm carrying oxidizer as well. Ooh! It's a shame we haven't got a rapier. Cade! Fortitude. Not that I'm aware of. What is it? I know what the word means. Well, this is quite impressive. 33,000 on a turbo fan. And we're still climbing and still accelerating. Ever seen Fortitude? I assume that would be a film of some sort. Hey Ghost, are you still watching the stream? At this rate, I'm going to get to orbital speed while still in the atmosphere. Cade, nope, I haven't seen it. Doc Dat, Well, don't forget, when you've got to have the plane and the rocket not only matched for flying when they're together, but you need to have them both configured that they'll fly separately. If they're not, when you separate, and that's a flame out. There we go. If you don't, then when you separate, the physics applies independently of each plane, and they'll go nuts. So what you'll have to do, or what I recommend, is in the SPH, which I assume is what you've made them in, separate the two off so they're independent of each other, and then configure them. Thank you for the follow, Cade. Configure them independently of each other. Thank you for the follow, the Melodis. I think that's how you pronounce it. So they'll both fly on their own. Then when you put them together, you can adjust where the attachment point is. So then fetch up the centre of weight, fetch up the centre of lift, and move the attachment point so that they are flyable again. Now, one thing that you may have an issue with is if you're doing rolls, right, the rocket will probably roll on its attachment point, so you might need to use struts to stop it from rolling and pitching on its own. I don't know how on earth I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. this is quite an impressive wing set. No, I haven't. But just a warning, friendly warning. This is a family-friendly chat, so please be careful what you say and describe. So, these wings are quite impressive. The question becomes, are they OP? For something this size, with that amount of wings, I would say no. Probably about balanced, would be my guess. Docdat, is there a way to fly your ships at the same time? Yes, no, sort of. You can't exactly fly them at the same time. However, you can use something like KOS to make a rudimentary program for the one that's flying. So basically, what you could do is the rocket can have a KOS computer on it that is then programmed once you separate to do certain actions like a wait, and then fire up its engines and point at whatever angle. Meanwhile, you're controlling basically the glider. Cade, my videos are kept on Twitch for 14 days because I stream UK time, and then I upload them to my YouTube account for people to watch. So I don't know, even if there are no younger members watching now, I don't know if they watch in the future. Well, one's computer controlled, so it has a flight computer. Scott Manley did a review on it a while ago. If you do a search for Scott Manley on YouTube, you'll find his videos that I highly recommend watching them. That's the engine, there it is. How much more thrust can I give this engine? That's the one. Well, Doctor, normally I have the chat. Well, yes, I have the chat on the screen so they can read what it is you guys are putting in. So please be careful. Aha. So let's keep the subject on KSP and space related stuff. Can I break 40,000? Oh, we got flame out again. Looks like we're going to break 40,000. Come on, come on. Nope. Won't quite break 40,000. Well, let's test these wings doing something that would be pretty much suicidal in most of my installs. Certainly don't try this with near or far. So while we're waiting for this to dive, schedule streams that I do. The next one is Wednesdays, which is Kerbalverse Wednesdays, all about modifying the Kerbalverse. So things like changing where planets are, changing the consistency of planets, adding planets in the Kerbalverse and how to change it. Fridays, normal schedule stream is Film Fridays, which is basically the filming of a series that I started back in July on YouTube, called KSP Life, Universe and Everything. Something that I'm going to be picking back up again. It's all about a narrative storyline to basically KSP. Well, this is no fun. Oh, that's better. Yay! Flappy birdie wingies! Now that's a lot of G. So Fridays are pretty much nobody else has ever seen anything like that done on Twitch. So something that I thought I might just do. But having said that, some of you are aware I'm involved in a multiplayer KSP project. So I will be doing plenty of streams that are not scheduled. Because I didn't take them out, Doctor. So I can guarantee later on I will be streaming, well, I'm pretty sure I'll be streaming multiplayer KSP with someone. If we can find someone to stream it with. One of the other guys. So these wings aren't bad. Would it fly better without oxidizer? Yes, it would. It'd fly better without monoprop as well. I just threw this together for demonstration purposes. Wasn't supposed to be a masterpiece. There's the ground. Wouldn't give for parachute or air brakes. Well, I didn't think it would fly as well as it does. Suffice to say, yes, I'm quite impressed with it. If it had chucked on a rapier instead of a turbofan, it would also most likely be an SSTO. I need to bleed off yet more airspeed. Down? Seriously, down. Oh, I've never had this problem with the plane. Slow down and get your nose down. Centre of mass should have moved forwards by now. Seriously. Come on. Ah. Uh-oh. Oh, 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 oh. That's it. And I think I broke the nose cone intake. Ay, ay, ay. Right, so that is procedural parts, procedural wings, and procedural fairings. So we looked at the configs, we looked at the textures, and we looked at what the mod does in the game. So that's going to be all from me for Mod Mondays. As I said, I may well be streaming in a bit, which will be DMP multiplayer, depending on if Ghost, Panda are available. Yep, it seems that with procedural wings you can make seriously sized wings. Although few quirks with them. But still seems to be good. I'm sure people can come up with some very, very, very weird planes with that. So that's all from me. Have any suggestions? Feel free to send me a PM. I will of course read them. Any questions? Drop me a PM and I'll see if I can cover them in a stream. But for now, that's all from me. I will no doubt see you in a stream a bit later on. Bye for now.